well, good afternoon, everybody. This is our July meeting of the Parks Commission. We do have, again, a relatively light agenda, but we do have a for the presentation. We just do have to formally approve them. Last meeting, did anyone get a chance to review those in the packet? Okay.
I move that we approve the minutes of Tuesday, May 6th.
Do I have a second? I suppose, for those here, all in favor? All right, Parker, you want, or Cody, I don't know if you want to introduce it or how you want to do it.
Yes, this is Parker. He is proposing a rebuild of the two bridges in Stephen Gator Park on the pond side for his Eagle Scout project. Something we've been planning on doing, but he wanted to kind of take over. Thought it could help the town, thought it could help the park, so I'll let him take it from here and just kind of explain what he wants to do.
So real quick, the information that you submitted at the end of last week, it wasn't able to get put into the public meeting packet, but that is why you have copies here. So unless there was anything you wanted to share.
That is a blueprint.
Everyone has
the
everything.
bridge I plan on making. Yes.
Okay.
So I am Parker Gill. I am a member of the local Boy Scout troop, Troop 261, and we meet in the Lion's Den near the airport. So yeah, just to explain what you all have in front of you. First thing is, these are just photos of the current bridges. As you can see in some of them, there's missing railings. And when I was there, I also, you obviously can't see in the photos, but they were sort of unstable. Like if someone tried to put their hands on there, it would rock a bit. And there's lots of overgrowth on the bridges and around the bridges. So the second thing is the blueprint. I have a big version with me. So this is what I plan on doing. The original bridges, these posts were here, and so by moving them out, it'll give, I think, around anywhere between 6 and 8 more inches of room to the bridge. And when I met with Cody, he said they would like to be able to get some service vehicles over the bridges, so that will hopefully help with that problem. Yeah, and I also did away with the up and down railings to just have the left to right railings. It'll just, they sort of say they're the same purpose, and that's just my choice. I just didn't think we needed both, so I just went with left to right. In the little sort of zoomed in drawing, that's how I plan on connecting the side beam to the rest of the bridge. It's a sort of U bracket that I found on the internet that'll connect the post to the beam in a stronger way than just a normal L bracket. Yeah.
Yes. And there's nothing underneath the post there. It's all supported by that major.
Post? Yeah, so
That's a beam that's going down. I'm just wondering how
Yeah.
it's attached into the ground.
it won't be attached to the ground. It's just attached to the beam and the actual decking through it. An L
So-
bracket to the decking and that U bracket to the beam.
So this just lays over from, I'm trying to figure out how is it.
He's using the existing beams that are on the bridges now. So the existing beams
Yeah,
are
yeah,
I
sitting
got,
around-
I'm not, I'm
Yeah,
seeing it
sorry.
cut there, so yes.
He's
okay.
basically
Yeah,
stripping
so
everything off.
The beams, the
Okay, that clarifies it,
foundation,
yes.
I'm not replacing. I'm the decking and side rails. is what
Okay,
I'll
I see it
replace.
now, current beams,
Yeah.
but it was looking to me like they were cut off
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm,
I understand.
I'm very graphically literate, or
Yeah.
not literate, but illiterate.
Yeah.
Is that how it is now?
No, currently they're just sort of on top, like this would be, it goes through
I see.
the floor, like
And then does it go into the ground?
I have no idea because I can really see that. Do you know?
So currently, these beams are on the inside of this outside beam, the post, I should say. And they're bolted through the beam
I see.
currently, but everything is kind of on the inside now. He's just basically moving it to the
Yeah.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And putting, this will be new, this.
Yes, the
yeah.
decking.
decking.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, you can see it in the pictures, it's not, the decking's not in terrible shape, but it's not.
I walk on it every day. I
Yeah.
love that area. Well, I like the horizontal beams, mostly because I think they'll be less subject to damage.
Yes, the other ones get kicked out.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
that's-
it's a hobby.
And
Yeah.
and I agree, because they're gonna be thicker.
Mhm.
It'll stop from, I'm not surprised that it's kicking of these
Yeah, I think
smaller,
that's-
one by ones, I think is what they are. Just-
Yeah, I think that's excellent. It looks very attractive as well.
It does look great, it's a great drawing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you did all this by hand, huh?
Yeah,
Good for you.
ruler, pencil.
That's impressive.
I did need help with the 3D part because I am no artist, but
I think, I think that's a wonderful representation, and I'm very pleased with the idea of improving, not just repairing, but improving on what we have now.
yeah. And the final page is my current rough budget for everything. The wood, the brackets, the bolts, nails, and screws. And my plan to be able to get those resources is past Eagle projects and Scout projects. Lowe's and Atkins have been very generous to the troop, to my troop and our sister troop 621. So I'll hit those places and hopefully I can get all of it for free. But I also plan on sending out letters to close friends and family to help with that if I can. Yeah.
Will Home Depot also be a place to check?
Did I say Lowe's? I
Yeah.
meant Home Depot,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
Home Depot and Atkins.
I got it, okay.
Yeah, Home Depot and Atkins, there's a Lowe's nearby, but Home Depot and Atkins is, yeah.
And is it gonna be wood, or it's not gonna be like a composite?
Yeah, it'll be treated lumber, because that's what the old bridge was. So yeah, I plan on doing just treated lumber.
And the equipment, so what we had talked about is when it actually comes time for him to do this with himself and Boy Scout troop, somebody from the town is going to be there on site. It'll either be myself or one of my guys. And we'll provide equipment, power tools, things like that. Depending on what they're using, we'll probably be the ones using the power tools, depending on what they're allowed to use and what they're, but all the stuff that's listed at the bottom, pretty much we can provide. We have plenty of that stuff, so.
Well, but do you just like being in the park and you noticed that they were in bad shape? or-
I've gone to the park a couple times with friends, and I like walking parks. I like like the national parks. I've gone to many national parks. I grew up not far from a state/national park.
Which one?
Shenandoah, down in Virginia.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And yeah, and this is just something that when walking the park with my dad, it really caught my eye, mostly because of the missing up and down railings, because a lot of those were broken. One was sort of like it was onto the bridge.
Oh, yeah, no,
Um,
I have walked in and hadn't encountered the same issues. So that's when, I do want to caution you, while you're there, that there's probably poison ivy.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, so that was the big thing of clearing it all.
Yeah.
I also hope to clear most of the overgrowth.
Okay.
Like probably my plan for dividing the scouts is we can all honestly only have 3, maybe 4 actually taking apart the bridge at once, because there's only so much you can apart into once.
Yes.
And then if 1 or 2 scouts will be working on just getting the overgrowth gone.
Just be
Poison
very-
ivy is a big problem.
Be very
Yeah.
careful and, do protect yourself. And if there is a coating you can put on your skin before you go out that will help protect because it's no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so just consider your personal protection as
Yeah, I'll
you're
probably
doing
ask them all
that.
to-
Even more than the hammers and nails, the poison ivy.
I'll ask
is
them to
the
wear
most-
pants at least. I'm not too worried about it. Like, this is a problem, but if they're wearing gloves, it's good, but my big
Wear
thing is
long
pants.
sleeve, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say, long sleeve shirts and gloves with poison ivy. And as soon as you can, wash that
Wash,
shirt.
yeah.
Take it off and wash that shirt. That's my biggest concern, because you never know
Yeah.
until you get it, how bad you can
Yeah, I
get
think
it.
one of the bridges, there was some running on one of the
There-
side railings that I saw. It might have been a poisonous oak.
Oh, I'm sure it was poison ivy, and
But I didn't get a
probably
good look at it, but there
bittersweet
was-
is there,
yeah,
which
bitters-
can also give you a bit of a,
Itch, yeah.
an itch. So, yeah, just, you know, as one of the astronomers used to, astrophysicists used to say about, you know, look out there, it's trying to kill you. So,
However, once you have, of course, this will go to a formal vote of the group, but once you do have a crew in mind to help you, the town just does have some formal
Waivers.
waivers. Yeah, that we just need those that were participating
Okay.
to complete, so we'll talk offline about that. But that is something as a formality that we'll need to get from you.
Okay, so my plan with that to be is communicate with the scouts, see who's going, and then probably send them out electronically to them and say,
Sure.
bring it printed on that day. Can I, like, the day we
Sure,
work
I
on
mean,
it, is that
yeah,
fine?
like I said, we can talk offline about that. Once you have
Yeah.
a date in mind or a crew set, I can send you the form. You
Yeah.
can distribute it to whomever is joining you. And I can meet you there at the park and collect it from them, or come with copies. And they can, you know, if their
Yeah.
parent or guardian is there, they can help, you know, sign on that too. But
yeah.
that is just one thing that we'll need to
Yeah,
get
waivers.
squared away
Yeah.
before you begin.
And when would you plan to start working on this?
So my plan to actually want to do the bridges would be middle to end of August is when I want to do it. If we could do it easier, or not easier, earlier, that would be better, but it also depends on when I can get my scouts out and when you guys can be out there. But it would be probably I would have it scheduled a Friday and Saturday, back-to-back weeks. And just in case, I hope we can get it all done on one Friday, starting anywhere between 8 and 9 in the morning and ending probably between 7 and 8.
You said Saturdays are a possibility?
Yeah, so I would have them both booked all day Friday and probably only Saturday until like noon or 1. But I,
See any problem with Saturdays?
No, I mean, when we get closer and we know an exact date, it'll be
Yeah.
easier to kind of plan. But I mean, I can try my best to be there on a Saturday. Friday, obviously, I'm already here.
I'm just thinking more for the equipment, if they're gonna be, you know, using town equipment.
Yeah, someone will have to
The
be.
mechanical stuff, we would have to ensure that.
And I've got a couple guys that probably would like to help too, so we'll figure something out.
yeah, so yeah, middle to end of August, a Friday and a Saturday, I would have them booked. Hopefully we don't need the Saturday date, but you never know.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good idea to, as a backup to accomplish your goals, to have a little extra time. So do you
I'm
think
impressed with you that you thought to do this.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
would we like to?
Yeah, if there's no other questions, you can certainly go
Yeah,
ahead
any
and vote.
questions?
Are there any questions you think we should have asked that we didn't ask?
No, not really. I think you did a good job explaining.
That's very, very well.
And you can, and how about you, any concerns that you have that we didn't ask about that you think we should have asked about?
No, but you were gonna take out that tree next to the first
Yes.
bridge.
Yes, there's a tree, you can see it in the bottom left-hand picture. It's kind of starting, it's a smaller tree, but it's kind of starting to encroach on the one corner of the bridge. I think we were going to take that down beforehand.
I think that makes good sense.
Yeah, just to kind of, because
I
in
think
time.
that's like a choke cherry or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but I think in time, the roots and everything will probably cause trouble with the bridge. We want the bridge to be there for, 15, 20 years after Parker's done with it.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we'll take that down.
I also have one more question. So with what I've seen with many Eagle projects on stuff like bridges or steps is on the first bridge or first step, they have a small metal plaque, usually around this big, just saying their name, when they did it, and their troop. Can I do
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
We love to applaud community
Yeah.
support. That
Inspiration.
helps our whole thing.
I will say, that would be something, of course, you can certainly do that. It would, the design of it, once you have something in mind, even if it's just text, it would have to go before this group.
Yeah.
For approval, but,
And then the council have, anything that we approve, the council's going to have to ultimately approve, so.
I think it's a great idea, though.
We
Yes.
meet again in September, beginning of September, so maybe by then the bridge is done, and then you can have your plaque idea.
Okay, that's a good idea. September,
September 2nd, is our meeting.
is that what they?
First day of school, right after Labor Day.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Fourthly.
You know, you could do it then,
Football.
Yeah.
if you're not done by then, you can wait until.
Or-
then it would
I'm
be-
more,
Or you
I
can
hope to have it
yeah.
done by then. I would be, no, wait, maybe.
Is it one of those things we can just approve, like?
yeah.
But I-
through it.
yeah,
You
with-
can write a
I have
letter
a
or
false
something
sport,
like that.
So, yeah, if I could just send in a letter.
I think
That
a
would-
letter
okay.
with the proper wording and all of that, yes.
that would-
I'm glad we
that
covered
would
this
make
now
it-
so that
yeah.
you don't feel
Yeah,
pressure.
'cause I have a fall sport,
Yeah. No,
football,
but-
so,
Oh, your football?
yeah, and
well-
we don't get out until 7:30.
No, they really want you to work hard. Well, congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
That's a tough sport. You look so enthusiastic.
I love it, but the practices are so long.
This sounds like it will be like a warm-up to the,
Yeah, put your.
Yeah, that's why I want to get this done before school starts, because then I just have no time in the afternoons. for
I think that's a wonderful
anything.
idea. Glad that we have a plan. I move that we recommend this project for the parks, for the bridges.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so Parker, offline, I'll connect with you to just tie up some loose ends if we need to, and then
Okay.
once you have, you know, even a tentative date in mind, we can coordinate with Cody and his crew to just make sure that we have the staff needed
Okay.
on those dates and get that waiver.
One last
to you.
thing, I'll also be in contact with you guys. Once I get the lumber, he said I could drop it off in the shed and hopefully also get it cut there, so I would also like to be in contact, so when I get the lumber,
Yeah,
I can,
that's perfect.
yeah, it's great.
Do you need any, for the Eagle Scout, do you need any formal document signed approving the project?
I
or
do
anything
need a
like that?
signature, and I
You do?
forgot
Okay.
that paperwork.
Just feel free to email it to me, via
Okay.
email, just email it to me, whatever,
Yeah.
we'll get the appropriate signature for it.
Great. Yeah, it's a beneficiary, I think is what it
Yeah.
says. So
That will
if
likely
it's
have to be
you
signed by
or
our
the
mayor.
mayor.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah,
Oh.
that's-
That's one, that's
Probably
one
doesn't,
privilege.
it doesn't, I don't know that really, like, anyone who's from the city would probably be enough for the Eagles.
Okay.
Like if-
I think it says
Oh, you
chief
said-
beneficiary or chief overview.
The mayor wants to sign it,
Something
but-
like that. It's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can take care of that for you.
Look, I'm sure the mayor would love to sign it. Who wouldn't love to sign that, you know, really?
it's such a great idea.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
thank you so much for your
Thank you so much.
presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Court.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
everyone.
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Okay. Well, the only other real item that we have to discuss is our, so the next event that we have is the National Night Out, which is the first Tuesday in August. The Parks Commission, just for those that are new, typically participate every year. We set up a table, or essentially a vendor, and hand out a craft like we do for the other events. I didn't know if you wanted to change it up. I know the seed idea has been received well, I think. Ms. Stearns, who wasn't able to make it tonight, did propose an idea of maybe doing a tree seedling as opposed to seed packets. I will say I did look into that, and it is fairly pricey. I'm not sure that would be something within our budget, to be honest with you.
What about that Maryland 5,000 trees program? Did you ever know that?
I have, but I was also thinking more of the tree seedling too. For those that participate at the event, I just don't know if we're limiting.
There, in this
I don't know.
event, there are not many people who would have a yard to plant that tree in. They
I
live
see.
in apartments and other things. Plus, August is a horrible time to plant a tree.
Trees.
So, I mean, I think the flowers,
I think are
So,
easy,
I
practical.
had an idea. So I was thinking of maybe doing a little spin, and we can, of course, you can feel free to speak your mind with this idea, but instead of doing seeds, they do sell succulent plants in bulk. And I thought maybe we can do a little spin. This is just an idea. If you want to do the seed, of course, that's totally fine. But I did a little spin on the succulent. We can change this if you'd like, but being a plant hero and how to be a succulent superstar, give it sunshine, water it, don't poke or squish. So I
Kids love those.
so
Yeah.
they're very easy to maintain. You have to water it every 2 to 3 weeks. So I just thought maybe that this was just an option if you wanted to maybe do a little something different than the seeds that we've been doing. But
So already established, like you can get
yeah,
them
so
within our budget?
yeah, they come in 12 packs. So I would of course get 100 plus. But then we wouldn't need, even though they're a little bit expensive, we wouldn't need the additional supplies that we would with the seed packet. So it kind of all balances out.
So this comes in a pot with the soil, planted
It comes
already.
as is, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then we can just put them in little baggies, like either clear bags or something. I can
Like
spice it up a
like
little bit,
cellophane
but
bag or something
yeah.
that can be seen.
And then I can, just make these, put them on like little cards to go with the bags and do it that way. This was just, again, this is just an idea, but.
I think it's great.
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole or make anybody have this conversation, but I was just going to say about the cellophane. Like, maybe we should try to see if there's a
Like a biodegradable of some kind, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And they make them. I think it's worth it. I think the parks can go that extra bit.
Okay.
Thank you. But yeah, just like the little party bags.
Yeah.
Mhm.
perfect.
And no grow green ribbon.
They come a little different now.
None of that ribbon.
It's like
Yeah,
I believe it's a
that drives me
12 pack.
crazy. I can't stand it.
A 12 or 25 pack, and there's all different varieties with it. Like they don't all look the same. They're all different kinds. So
Oh, fun.
Kids really love those. I mean, they just.
And I think that it's something, the kids could make them last.
Mhm.
I could see it being beyond just a minute.
yeah. So this just
In my
says,
house, they don't last.
I mean,
I can grow anything else, but
it
that's
says
like.
how to be a succulent superstar. Give it sunshine. A nice sunny window is perfect. Water just a little. Small drink every 2 to 3 weeks. No big gulps. Don't poke or squish. Succulents like to be cozy in their pot. And then a little thing at the bottom says your succulent may be small, but with your love, it will grow happy and strong just like you. So just something to
So cute. That's so good.
Thank
That's
you.
really creative.
But I could, if you prefer to do the seeds like we've been doing, I can just
so cute, isn't it?
spice this up a little bit and put that with the seeds. So it's just an option.
You have gone the extra mile and convinced me that succulents are the way to
Okay.
go. I'm convinced.
Succulents it is.
They don't suck.
Okay, so I'll put that together and I'll have those ready to go for the.
That'll just be maybe like a little smaller, so it's.
Yeah,
August
I'm gonna try and do maybe like hard stuff, so it's a little bit sturdier, if I can find it, but, and then maybe.
Are you
cut
gonna
it
do
up
a
little bit, but-
four up or a two
Yeah, I'll
up?
do maybe 4, just a little
Yeah.
small, put it in the bag or something, but.
I
this was
think
just
that's
more
terrific.
for you
So
guys
cute,
to read it.
so cute.
But yeah, so the National Night Out is Tuesday, August 5th at 4 o'clock. We do typically start setting up probably around 3:15, 3:30. So if anybody, it is by no means required that the group attend, but if anybody is available, the more the merrier.
And we'll have the tent again.
Yeah, the tent, the table, chairs.
I'm planning on doing it. I
Okay.
know.
And it will be at Henry Park.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's
favorite
fun.
Wait,
times
which
to
park?
go.
Henry,
Oh, is that the one across?
1:30.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
and look at all the new playground equipment, give it a really kick the tires, so to speak.
That's
It looks
awesome.
great from the highway.
Yeah.
It looks real sparky and
Yeah, we've had nothing but positive
Good.
reviews so far.
good. And no, I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind.
It's been
Good.
good.
Well, I think having the lights and everything, there's a lot of activity in that park now, which it's a lot of the right kind of activity, like
Right.
people enjoying themselves, so, good job on that. Yeah, that's what we can do. Oh, a side note, I have, every time I've been over to Stephen Decatur Park, somebody has either been playing pickleball or tennis, lots of tennis players. I mean, all the time. It's
super busy
And then late at night.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
at
the
night.
lights are, yeah, they'll keep them on, you know.
Early in the morning, there's so many people there.
Well, and of course, it's so hot in the middle of the day, so people really want to get that in. So I'm really glad that we put the extra effort into having those courts right. I think it's paying off for the community.
People
So,
really are using it.
Yeah, they really are. So.
I meant to ask, I haven't been over there, I forget what it was called, the one that was gonna get, no, the teeter-totter, four-part teeter-totter that was
Yeah.
gonna get painted, has that been done?
So that's been taken away and given to Jess Hall, who's a local artist. She's in the process of painting it, the design of the
She
wall.
is in the middle
Yeah.
of doing it now, okay.
In taking it apart, some things broke, and we had to order some like hardware for it, so we should be getting that. Both things should be back in a couple weeks, and I think.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Oh, boy, we're not supposed to have all of, facelift here
Yeah.
and trimming stuff there. And thank whoever got the spray poison ivy. There's still little bits here and there.
Yeah,
But,
we still have some work to do.
but the majority, I feel so much better walking through there. I don't feel like it's going to jump and.
Yeah, we worked
get
a
me.
lot last week to try to cut everything back too, so.
And I also have seen a lot of people doing disc golf in the mornings.
Wow.
Mhm.
Very
That's good to hear.
Yeah, every time I go, everybody, a lot of new people, looks like they're trying it for the first time, some of them, and it's.
I will say that months ago now, but the Eastbound Disc Golf Group did come before the group and proposed alterations to the course.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's helped bring more people there.
It seems,
but-
because it's a full course
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Yes, I would say it has
That's great.
helped, because
That's great.
there are people there all the time. I have not been hit once by a disc,
Mm-hmm.
so, yay!
It is cool to watch.
Yeah.
I've always seen those things and I've never seen anybody play until just like this
Yeah.
last 2 months.
Yeah,
And it is really neat to watch.
I think it's really, well, I think they had a tournament there, and because they did
Yeah.
that, it made, kind of gets on the list of the, let's practice that so we can play in the tournament next year or something. I guess that's like
Yeah.
going to the golf course that you're going to.
Yeah. And how was it getting that centipede down, or that purple thing?
So the Purple Climber was easy to get out, and the new equipment is in now. We've been fighting weather. It seems like every time we get nice dry conditions, we get dumped on the rain, and then it turns into a mud pit. So hopefully that'll be ready for kids to play on in the next week or so. So the equipment's in, we just have to put the surfacing back and the borders back and do all of that. And it should
That's
be ready.
nice.
Yeah, I think they did a good job.
And is the centipede coming out, or did that come out too?
It is, so it's not compliant, it should be coming out soon. And then we are gonna have to, I guess, talk about possibly at the next meeting, some options on maybe replacing it.
I'd love to hear your ideas.
Well, I'll get a few different ideas, and then we can talk about what sounds.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of things we need to have. Yeah, it's sad when they have to go, but, just imagine it's gonna look great in somebody's front yard. There's a guy up in Delaware that has all of the crazy
Yeah.
stuff, so.
Well, I think we're gonna try to, from what I heard, the mayor wanted us to try to repurpose at least part of it into like a sign for Stephen Gator Park.
Oh, that's a
Maybe
nice
we'll try
idea.
to Keep the head or something and put it on the sign, and,
Well, the leg part, you can make little legs, make
Yeah.
it look like, it could
Something
be
like that.
cute for the new tot lot or whatever we're gonna get one of these days. What is it, what's next on, the bathroom. Wait a
Yes,
minute, the sign for the
conversations,
bathroom.
Yep.
It's coming.
Well, I just feel like everybody should get a big pat on their backs for doing all of this hard work, especially, really. Thank you so much for, well, making sure that it keeps going through, that it gets to the council, it gets approved, and, all of these wonderful things. I think that I'm so proud to be part of this group, because things get done.
Yeah. We're trying, and I probably should mention too, we're coming into the grant window for the skate park, so we're working with We Heart Berlin to really kind of pursue the grant opportunities that would hopefully, the mayor and council at our meeting in June approved the land water conservation application that we did submit just recently, and then we're going to be pursuing the community parks and playgrounds grant in August, for funding as well. So fingers crossed, hopefully that comes to fruition, but
That'd be wonderful.
it's underway for that too, so.
Things are moving
They are,
along.
yeah,
It was just, it just seemed to be stuck there for.
a little stacking for a little bit, yeah, but we're moving, so. Any questions, comments from the group? Nope, okay.
I move to adjourn.
And do I have a second? Great. All right, thank you all.
Thanks. This is record time. Good going, guys. Oh, wait a minute.